Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and of course, welcome on back to another LEGO Mixels review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Series 2 Chomly figure, which is of course a part of the Fang Gang tribe. I just got done reviewing with Jog, so I'm recording this right after that, which is quite cool, just because I'm so excited to get another Mixel reviewed. But of course, as you can see, this is the biggest of the sets from the Fang Gang, so I'm assuming that this set is also going to come with a Mixel, which is quite lovely indeed. And of course, it is set number 41512, contains 68 pieces, which I believe is about 7, was it 7? Yeah, I think 7 pieces more than Jog, so that's quite cool. So you get a little bit of a better value proposition with this guy. And you can see Mr. Chomly, who is quite a crazed looking fella for sure. He's definitely not the brightest fella of the bunch. He loves to eat everything. In fact, his bad eating habits have led to a couple of unfortunate mistakes, such as you can notice that he's got a golden tooth right there. And the reason why that's golden is because he actually lost a tooth at one time eating some garbage or something, so one of his teeth got knocked out. So I don't know what he was eating, but let me know down in the comment section below what funny ideas you could think of Chomly eating. Like maybe he ate an airplane or something, or a car, which is certainly something a LEGO Mixel with the name of Chomly would do, that's for certain. On top of that, however, his eating habits, his poor eating habits, have led to a pretty gosh darn poor bad breath, and as a result of that, he can actually use that offensively. So that's what he uses to fight Mixels, which is quite lovely indeed. He just breathes on them. You definitely don't want to go on a date with Mr. Chomly, that's for sure. But when we flip on the package, of course, we can see the other characters in the Fang Gang, but we can also see Fang Gang Max, which we will review once we take a look at, of course, Gaba. So we still have to take a look at Chomly, then Gaba, and then we'll take a look at Fang Gang Max. I took a look at Jog already. Of course, a very, very cool family of characters indeed. And speaking of families of characters, or tribes of characters, we can see the rest of series number 2 right here. There's the Frosticons, which I have already reviewed. Of course, we're taking a look at the Fang Gang now, and then my next reviews are going to be, well, after we're done with Fang Gang Max, are going to be, of course, all these really cool characters known as the Flexers. So that should be quite intriguing indeed. If you want to see more information, of course, go to lego.com/mixels. And yeah, so without further ado, now that we've blabbered on long enough about the package, let's get this guy out of package, assembled, and take a look at Mr. Chomly out of package. Alright, so Mr. Chomly is now fully assembled, and as you can see, he certainly looks like he is, well, let's say not the brightest fella on the block. They definitely made him out to be a very kind of goofy character. That being said, I really think that he can get some really funny expressions just by moving his eyes. I mean, look at that. As if, I don't know, maybe like a big piano is about to land on his head and he's like, I wonder, I could eat it, or should I move out of the way? Like you could totally tell how much characteristics this guy has, and I love that. I love the fact that just by moving his eyes, you could get a lot of really characterful expressions. Like even that right there, that's really, really neat to me, and I think that that's quite lovely. How you can get so much expression just out of this simple rotation of the eyeballs, and really. The main reason why that works is because of the way that it's built. It's a really fun Mixel to build. As I always say, when I build a LEGO set, I also oftentimes try to point out whether or not the set was fun in a certain way. And I don't know why. This set just felt really solid. It felt like everything was coming together nicely, and I really, really enjoyed. It reminded me a little bit of the Cragsters in terms of design, because he has a little bit of a rocky-like outer shape to him. But at the same time, there was just something really nice about the way that this guy came together. I really found it intriguing how these pieces up top here came together, and how they kind of designed almost like an eyebrow for him up here, which is really, really cool. The teeth up front here, are quite lovely. And then, of course, there's his golden tooth, which is the tooth that he chipped and lost at one point after eating some crazy, crazy garbage indeed. Now, as far as articulation for him, he's got these hands right here with some claws, of course. They only move up and down. But, of course, if you want, you could kind of also reposition them where you want to click them into position. So it could be a little bit further out or something. And I guess you could kind of turn them like this to have them facing a little bit forwards, but obviously they're meant to be on the middle bit there. His feet move outwards, of course, so that's really nice. They're on a ball joint, so you get a decent range of mobility there. But of course, just like just like all of the Mixels waves, every single tribe, every single character family, so for example in the Fang Gang, he is the one that comes with a Mixel. but if you guys don't know what that is, there's a little bit of, these are the bad guys in the Mixels universe. They are the Mixels, and Mr. Chomly here, of course, as I said in the opening, the reason why I thought he had a lot more pieces than the others was because, of course, he had the Nixel, and I guess I was correct. Now, this is the Nixels that I like the most. They're a little bit larger in scale, and I think that they are a little bit more of a fun build, a little bit more complex, therefore they're more fun to assemble. Of course, they've got their little arms, got their feet, which you can obviously kind of change the position of that as you please. And then it's some sort of an expression. Now, we've seen this expression before. I hope that maybe with Series 3 we'll get some new print-ons for the Nixels, maybe some new expressions. That would be quite lovely. But again, they're cool, but I would love to see a little bit more variety in that sense. So finally, I just wanted to bring in my last review, who's of course Jog, and just to tell you guys just how quite larger Chomly is. As you can see, he towers quite a bit over Jog. In fact, here's the Frosticons Max, and you can see that Chomly is not that much smaller than this guy. He's quite bulky, which is really nice. So really, out of all the Mixels that I've gotten so far, he feels really, really sturdy, and he's one of those Mixels that just feels like, you know, like you got your money's worth. Like you spent a good amount of money, but now you got your money's worth. You got a lot of Lego pieces, and he just feels like a solid hunk of plastic. And there's just something really satisfying to that, at least in my personal opinion. But of course, with all that being said, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of Mr. Chomly. By the way, fantastic name. And maybe it's a reference to Chomly from the Pawn Stars TV show? I don't know, maybe. Maybe it's a bit of a joke there. But nonetheless, of course, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like it. That really does help me out a ton. And thank you guys so much for doing that. It's always, always appreciated. Of course, as I always say, have a fantastic day. And I will see you guys later, alligators. Bye-bye, guys.